Talk about some of those principles. When Oyama finally came down from the mountain, he brought something new into the world, and he called it Kyokushin, the ultimate truth. This is what we say. Kyokushin wasn't just a karate style; it was his philosophy. Okay, his lived experience turned into a system, and at that system's heart, one strike, certain death. One strike, certain death. It doesn't just sound cool, it is cool. Now, that sounds extreme, but it's not just about violence, it's about intent. Okay? So he taught that every moment, every action that you do should be done with complete focus. No hesitation, no half effort. Whether it's a punch, a kick, or making a simple decision, you need to be decisive. Kyokushin absorbs this 1,000-day rule as its crucial backbone, right? If you weren't willing to dedicate the years to the training, you had no right to expect results. Progress is measured in sweat, bruises, time, not quick wins. This stands in stark contrast to our comfort culture that we live in today. We want shortcuts, hacks, instant gratification. I mean, we want the secret morning routine, the pill, the shot. But Oyama's philosophy, the Kyokushin philosophy, is the opposite. If you want mastery, endure. Work through the difficult things. And he lived it. He has a litany of feats that aren't necessarily stunts. They kind of look that way nowadays, but they're demonstrations of discipline. So like when you see modern sport karate and people doing breaking, it is 9 times out of 10 a bit cheesy, but they're missing the point. The point is to demonstrate your discipline and your ability to do difficult things. That's really what that's about. So like his fighting bulls, yeah, that's the thing. Breaking their horn with his bare hands with shuto. He had 100-man fight, 100-man kumite, fought 100 black belts in succession. I think it was 2 or 3 minute rounds. And they were legitimate fights. And he made it through. Few people have ever done that. And Oyama did it more than once. He walked the path. That's not just about like showmanship, right? They're proof of what happens when discipline and intent are pushed to their absolute limits. Kyokushin is known as the strongest karate because it's real. Because to make it to black belt in Kyokushin, you have to test through pain and endurance and truth, self-truth. So what are some modern applications of this craziness, right? What does Oyama's philosophy mean to us walking around in 2025? Most of us aren't capable of just escaping to the mountains for 3 years. We can't fight bulls. But that 1,000-day rule matters now more than ever. We live in a world obsessed with speed and convenience and the easy rate. 30-day challenges, 5-minute hacks, morning routines, overnight stuff. But the 1,000-day rule reminds us real mastery takes years. It takes real sweat and practice. Take fitness, for example. Most people sign up for programs in January, quit by February. That's literally a gym meme, is that after the new year, the gyms are full. And then by February, they're empty. Kyokushin, or Oyama would tell you, give it 1,000 days. 3 years of consistent effort Not perfect days, not all days where you win, just show up for 1,000 days. And that is how real life-altering transformation happens for the rest of your life. Think about business. We're bombarded by stories of AI millionaires, insta millionaires, billionaires. But the truth, the ones who last build their businesses brick by brick. Oyama didn't become the strongest karate person in a week. He built himself over his lifetime, strike by strike, day after day. That's the blueprint. That's the Kyokushin 1,000 Day Blueprint. Relationships, same rule applies. It's easy to show up when it's convenient. The real test is being there every day for your partner, for your kids, for your friend, even when it's hard, even when they're testing you. Trust isn't built on these grand gestures and gifts. It's built with consistent presence in their lives over years. So how do we apply these principles? First, we commit to the long game. Stop dabbling. Choose one thing that matters and give it 1,000 days. I have so many people that come into my gym and after a few days ask me if I could coach them to a fight. Could they do a fight, a kickboxing fight or something? And my typical response is, unless they're like already a fighter, my typical response is, yeah, sure. Come to every kickboxing class. Definitely don't miss sparring classes for a month. And that's like 2-3 classes a week, 3 hours.